Panera now delivers, so you can order good, clean food right to your office, or door, or porch, or backyard, or front yard, or apartment, or dorm, or castle, or shop, or worksite, or wherever Panera delivers. For lunch, dinner, and everywhere in between. Click the banner to order or visit PaneraBread.com. Participating locations only. Panera. Food as it should be.
Episode 1076 of No BS Job Search Advice Radio. This is your host, Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and welcome to Monday and another week of No BS Job Search Advice Radio. I'm doing a show today about someone. Well, they sent me a question basically asking, why am I not getting emails from recruiters? Because they understand that recruiters are there to use them to fill jobs. And as much as you may complain about recruiters, and at this point I'm no different than you are in this regard, this person wants the contact from recruiters. Hope you find the show helpful. Hope you give it 5 stars in Apple Music. It helps other people discover the show. And by the way, I have classes on Skillshare about different elements of job search. They're free if you don't want to join the site. If you do, there's tons of great information, and the best way to do it is using the link in the show notes, because frankly, you'll get 2 months of free membership as opposed to 1 month at the show. Let's try that again. 1 month that the website Skillshare will offer. So again, I hope you find the show helpful, and now let's get going. Here's a great question. It just goes off as, why am I not getting recruiter emails? A lot of people complain that they get too many, but this person's not getting any. And they go on to explain, I'm a gainfully employed data scientist with a solid career history, and I have a good network in the data science community online. I'm active on Twitter and have a LinkedIn profile. However, I have never received an email or message from a recruiter. What can I do to start getting recruited? Wow. So I think this is true for a lot of people. So the first thing I'd start off by saying is your LinkedIn, well, number one is we don't know how experienced this person is. So let's assume there's someone with 2 to 5 years of experience, just for the sake of argument. They haven't indicated that they're a manager, so I'll just work with the assumption they're a staff level professional. Maybe this is their first job, and their resume in the databases is not particularly provocative or interesting. So keywords to access the individual in the database are not turning up, because maybe they were a graduate when they last looked for a job, or a recent grad, I should say, when they last looked for a job, and the result winds up being you're not turning up in their databases. So that's number one. Number two is, but he's active, he's on LinkedIn. And the question is, why wouldn't they be contacting them through LinkedIn? Now, there are a couple of possible reasons. Number one is your profile on LinkedIn isn't particularly good. It's not keyword rich. Think in terms of long tail keywords. So what are the words that someone would be using to look for someone like you? That's really the interesting question. Do they appear on your profile? Next thing is, make it easy for them to contact you, and include your email address and phone number in the summary area of your LinkedIn profile. You don't want to say that you're looking for a position, quite obviously, but before you update your resume to your profile to include your phone number and email address, temporarily turn off the notifications of all your LinkedIn contacts, and make sure that you turn it back on afterwards. Another reason you might not be getting notified is that you have privacy settings set up in a way where you're a hidden profile on LinkedIn. There's now a new feature that allows you to signal recruiters that you're open to something else. Make sure that that function is activated. Sorry, I can't tell you where to locate it other than start looking at privacy settings or do a Google search or a search on YouTube to find out how to do that. Next thing I would suggest that you do is join more groups on LinkedIn that deal with data science. And as such, there are always recruiters in there. By joining those groups, the recruiters are there trying to find people to contact about jobs, and you've made it easier for them. But again, it starts by making sure that your profile on LinkedIn is keyword rich so that when people are searching for you, they understand what it is that you do and can find you, and making sure that your privacy settings allow people to reach out to you. So that's really the starting point. Since I haven't seen your most recent resume or your LinkedIn profile, I don't have a way of personalizing it. But I would say that if you're interested in job hunting, JobSearchCoachingHQ.com has great information and advice for job hunters. Plus, you can ask me questions there. This is No BS Job Search Advice Radio, episode 1075. I'm your host, Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and welcome to the #1 show in iTunes about job search. This show, 1075 episodes. The #2 show is my other one, which is called Job Search Radio. And the two of them combined are an enormous resource to help you. This show today is about networking and one of the mistakes that people make all the time, which I call casting your net in the wrong places. I hope you find the show helpful. Please give it 5 stars in iTunes or Stitcher. It does help other people discover the show. And if you're interested in my coaching you, I'd love to help you. Now, I have information at the end of the show, but also want to mention that the way to do it is to connect with me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/the Big Game Hunter. Once we're connected, message me. I'd be happy to get back to you. We'll schedule a time to speak. And now, let's get going.
Panera now delivers, so you can order good, clean food right to your office, or door, or porch, or backyard, or front yard, or apartment, or dorm, or castle, or shop, or worksite, or wherever Panera delivers. For lunch, dinner, and everywhere in between. Click the banner to order or visit PaneraBread.com. Participating locations only. Panera. Food as it should be. Panera now delivers, so you can order good, clean food right to your office, or door, or porch, or backyard, or front yard, or apartment, or dorm, or castle, or shop, or worksite, or wherever Panera delivers. For lunch, dinner, and everywhere in between. Click the banner to order or visit PaneraBread.com. Participating locations only. Panera. Food as it should be.